with me, Jordan Bailey of Serenity Home Inspections. And guys, we just want to bring some good information to you because we know 2024 is about to be amazing. These interest rates are about to drop,
Mm.
and y'all about to run back outside, buying some houses. And so, what I wanted to talk to Jordan about today is what to expect when they're getting the home inspection. What should people expect?
Yeah. So you know, a lot of home inspectors do things a little differently. But I'll kind of give an example of what to expect if you're going to work with us. So one thing that I think is important is if you're able to attend a review, to do so. You know, not everyone needs to be there the whole entire inspection, but if you can at least come at the end,
Absolutely.
it's going to be uh, very beneficial for you. Not only to understand your home, but to understand what's important to address, during the negotiation, what's not. So usually, what we would suggest is, hey, when we're close to being done, come over and meet us. Take a little time, look around the house, take pictures, take measurements, and if there's anything that you see that you have questions about, let us know. But generally, what we're going to do is we're going to do our job. We're going to do the inspection. We're going to evaluate all the different components, put them together to give a big picture. And then at the end, we're going to do a full review with you. We're going to say, hey, these are the most important things we found. These are major concerns. These are safety hazards. These are just normal maintenance, weekend projects. Nothing you need to worry about during your transaction. And then we're going to walk you through. We're going to say, hey, show you the problem. We're going to answer the questions that you have while you're looking at it. We're going to show you, hey, this is where your air filter goes. This is where you shut off the water to the house if there's a leak. This is where the components, your control system for the sprinkler in the yard,
Right.
or whatever it is. When you go and buy a car, you get a 2-inch thick user manual.
Right.
When you buy a microwave, you get a
Right.
crazy long, but you don't have one for your house.
Right.
So not only do you want to know, hey, what are the issues that we found, but you want to know, where are things? How do I use it? What do I
And I
do?
love that because most home inspectors don't do that. When you're with your agent, they have no idea about this house, so they can't tell you either. So, and I agree with you. Now, one of the other things I love that you said is usually come towards the end,
Mhm,
around 30 minutes towards the end, because
mhm.
this is what we don't want you to do. Do not be filing around these people. Talking about, did you check this? Did you check that? They do
Yeah.
this for a living. I had to put that out there because he probably wouldn't say that, but y'all don't do that. And it is a great time for you to do your measurements. We know that you're excited. As an agent that's working with you, we can't get you back in the house when somebody lit it. Talking about, I just want to measure the windows. You better measure them windows while you're at this inspection, okay? So utilize your time wisely.
Well, it kinda, to go off of that, uh, so part of it is a lot of things we inspect, it takes, like, for instance, the HVAC system, there's 3 parts to it. We've gotta check all 3 parts, do a bunch of different things to determine if it's working and if it's working properly. So we won't have a real answer for you until we've done looking at all the stuff. So if we're explaining things as we go, the end result may be different than what we're telling you based off of just one thing. But the other biggest part is that it's very distracting.
Yeah.
When I have someone over my shoulder asking, looking, talking, pointing things, or even just you just feel like you're just getting
Right,
watched while
right,
you're
right,
there.
right, right,
I mean, we're more likely to miss something,
right.
and I don't want to miss anything. I want to be in the zone, checking all the stuff, documenting it properly, and then once I have a big picture view, at the end, I can tell you all about it.
Yeah. Y'all know how your teacher always says, save your questions when I finish. Right? Same thing with your home inspection. Save the questions, save the questions. So that's some good stuff. So the other thing, Jordan, is so we know kind of how it works. How long does it take to get your report with Serenity Home Inspections? Once you're finished, you're showing everybody, kind of what it is.
Mhm.
how long does it take to get the report normally?
Of course. So, um, each of my inspectors is a little faster or slower depending, but you're gonna get it same day. It's
Awesome.
that
Okay.
evening. I can't say exactly if it's 30 minutes after the
Yeah.
inspection
Well,
or
waiting 24 hours for
4
sure.
hours,
Right.
but
Right.
by the time you go to bed that night, same day as the inspection, you're gonna get the report. It's gonna get emailed to, the buyer and the realtor. They're the ones representing you in the negotiation. They should have a copy of it too. And something that we do as well is if the clients or the realtors have more questions after the review we did in person, or they weren't able to be there. They're out of town, they can't get off work, whatever it is. We can set up a conference call where everyone has the report in front of them, the inspector, the agent, the buyer, and we can go on the phone through it and talk through it together and answer
Oh,
questions.
wow. That listen, this is the service that you pay for.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to go back to this again. Speaking as a realtor, it is very imperative that you're there. Buying a house is so stressful. When you look at this inspection, you generally, some things are in red, and people do like this. Oh, don't, and some of it is a GFCI. So
Right.
no, oh, right. The good thing is if you're there, you don't have to let fear take over.
Right.
They can show it to you. Oh no, this is just the thing. You press the button. Know this thing that you press the button? Right. That's the GFCI. They can explain it. So it's very imperative that you be there that last 30 minutes to
Mhm.
get all of your question answered. Because if you can't see it when you're explaining it, you'll still sound like a mechanic.
Mm.
You don't trust nothing. Be there so you can see it. So I know we talked about those things. Now, how much do inspections generally cost? And I know, like you said, depending on experience and education and
Mhm.
all those things, it's a little different. But how do you all normally do your pricing based
Of course.
upon what?
Yeah. So there's three main factors. And again, each inspection company can determine how they want to do this themselves. But for me, I've worked for other companies before I started this one, and I've kind of had some experience where I don't want to just charge based on square footage alone, because there's homes that are brand new that are going to take half the time as a home that's 80 years old that's the
Right.
same size. Or you've got one that's in absolutely terrible condition, squatters been vandalized, and it's the same size as one, that's a condo that's gonna be super quick. So,
Right.
square footage is one factor. The other factor is age. How old is it? The older the home is, the more, patchwork that we'll find, the more potential safety hazards like, lead paint or asbestos or the longer that it takes, the older it is, the longer that it
Right.
takes.
Okay.
And then the last one is uh, we've got square footage, age, and foundation type. So,
Okay.
you know, some companies will just have a flat rate. I don't want to charge you a rate as if the house has a crawl space when it doesn't. So, a house on a slab, that's going to be the least expensive. There's no extra area underneath to look at. A house with a basement, it's gonna be the second, we just include that square foot. Termite damage, mold growth, structural problems, which adds another 45 minutes, hour to the inspection.
Right.
So we charge for that separate.
Okay.
So square footage, age, and foundation type is kind of where the price comes from those three factors. And one thing I love about uh, what I do or what we do is that I actually have prices on the website. I hate when I'm looking to hire somebody and I go to their website and I see a list of the service, but there's no prices. I have no idea what it's going to cost me. They just want to get me on the phone, put the hook in, get
I,
it done. Um, and so I put the prices on the website so you at least already have a general idea of what it's going to be before you call.
I love it. I love it. Um, when a company comes forward to share information, not about the sale, but just information to keep the consumer informed, I think that's a company of integrity. So we always appreciate that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go for a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap this up so y'all can get back to lunch or go to sleep, whichever one. We'll be right back in just a moment.
If you're looking for a realtor who's patient, caring, knowledgeable, who's an expert negotiator, and doesn't quit until the job is done, then you're looking for my favorite realtor, Stephanie Thomas, whose motto is, it's not about being ready, it's about getting ready.
Everybody, we're back. Man, Jordan, I tell you, again, we appreciate you taking the time to educate the folks out here because 2024 is about to be amazing. And everybody's getting ready to go back out there. So this information is going to help people make good decisions and save them from making bad ones. So we appreciate that. So again, we want to wrap up with just we talked about your pricing. They can find that on your website, right? And where's your website again?
It's serenitymhomeinspection.com.
Okay.
And I did just want to clarify for anyone, we're not a service where you pay us, we do the job, and then we're gone. We ghost you at all. I want to be of actual help to people. And I think as a person and as a company, if we focus on providing a good service, being helpful to our clients, that the money will come with that.
Absolutely.
And I'm always here. Well, even if I didn't do the inspection, if my inspectors did it, I will review it. And I'm always here for questions. I have people call me, from an inspection we did a year ago. Hey, what size was my air filter? Hey, hey, where's the shut off for my water? Hey, let me send you a picture of this thing that I just saw or this thing that happened. What do you think? I want to be a source of information and just be helpful any way I can. So that's one thing is, I find out later that clients had these questions or concerns or anything like that, and they never call. Please
But
call me, ask, let me talk you
absolutely.
through it. We are here to help.
And that's why we love Serenity Home Inspections because you guys do all of what you said. So thank you so much again. Guys, I'm Stephanie Thomas, the Broker Connections Realty Group, hanging out with my friend Jordan Bailey of Home Serenity Homes Inspections. Definitely, we're going to flash his information on the screen. Give them a call today. Whether you are about to buy a home, jot this information down. Whether you're a seller about to list your home, take the information. And if you just live in your own home and you already, let's get that inspection so you can check on your furnace, so you can check on the plumbing, so you can make sure that you can get the brakes and not the brake pads and rotors. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Guys, it's time for you to go back to lunch or back to sleep, whichever one it is. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to Connections Realty Group and friends. We appreciate you.
See you next time.
See you next time.